Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. And hey, what I want to talk about is the news about WWE 2K 2020 or 2K20. So the cover was announced today, and I don't like the decision here. See, ever since SmackDown versus Raw 2011, which was the last in the franchise, that was the last time they did group or multiple people on the cover. Ever since then, when they switched over to WWE 12, and then ultimately when THQ went bankrupt and 2K took over, the name was then renamed to 2K. Ever since that formula, there's been one person on the cover. There's been one person on the cover, not two, not multiple people, one person on the cover. 12, you had Randy Orton, or WWE 12, you had Randy Orton. WWE 13, you had my boy CM Punk. I think 14 was Lesnar. And then you had Austin, I believe. Austin was on the cover one year. And then last year they had Seth. Last year they had Seth Rollins. I'm sure I'm missing someone. But point being is, ever since Randy Orton took the solo cover in WWE 12, there has been one person on the cover. Not two, not three, not a group. One. So, Becky Lynch and Roman Reigns are both on the cover. This is bullshit. It should be just Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch should be solely on the cover, by herself, not with Roman. And what I think they did here is they did this on purpose, because I think the original plan was to have Roman be on the cover by himself, and then because of the rise of Becky Lynch, they decided, well, we need to have Becky on the cover because she's like the hottest thing in the company right now. And so they decide, well, why don't we put them on both together? I don't like this decision. I think Becky should have been on the cover by herself. Have the first female person on the cover, solely on the cover by herself. Not with just Roman in there. Roman could have been on the cover at any time. Roman Reigns could have been on the cover at any time for them to put him on the cover. They didn't need to put him on the cover right now. There was no need. Oh yeah, I forgot. AJ Styles was on the cover last year too. I knew I was missing someone. But my point is like I said, Becky deserved to be on this cover, and I'm getting sick and tired of Becky having to share the spotlight with other people. WrestleMania this year, she had to share the spotlight with Charlotte Flair. They had an epic storyline all planned out. You have Ronda Rousey, you have Becky Lynch. That Raw after the Royal Rumble, epic confrontation. What does WWE do? Instead of capitalizing on it, they ruin it by including Charlotte in there, which just basically made the entire storyline a clusterfuck. And it literally devalued the storyline because they kept playing pick-me-ups the entire time throughout the whole storyline, by it being three people focused on it, and it made the Royal Rumble worthless, by the way. There was really no point in why Becky Lynch won that Royal Rumble now by doing that. by doing what they ended up doing. There was really no point to it. They ruined the Royal Rumble. They ruined the reason to want to win the Royal Rumble. If everybody can just do whatever they want, and just put everyone else in positions, it just kind of devalued the Royal Rumble. Point being is now yet again Becky Lynch has to share the spotlight with someone else, which to me I feel isn't right. I feel like she has been so popular and so big today. In WWE, she's like one of their most popular wrestlers right now. To just completely devalue her by saying, look, you're good, you're great, but you're not good enough to be on the cover by yourself. We got to have Roman on there too, Got to have Roman on here. And it's kind of weird too, because this year Roman really hasn't done anything like significant. He hasn't really hogged the spotlight of being in the title picture that much. So you would think that WWE would have tried to put him on the cover in the past few years, rather than put him on this year, where he really hasn't done that much. I know unfortunately he had the cancer issue at the beginning of the year. He managed to come back from that within a record time. I'm still amazed that he was able to fight that, something like that, and come back to work within 4 months. That's just astounding to me. So big ups on Roman for doing that. But when he came back, he didn't really do that much. I mean, he's been in he's been in various feud storylines, but he hasn't really been in the title picture. Which again is surprising in itself. I know eventually he's going to be back in the title picture. I mean, there's just no way that WWE aren't going to eventually try to, put him back in there, because he's their golden boy. But right now, Roman's just, he's just, sitting doing various feuds with other people and focusing on other things. But they slap him on the cover with Becky, Becky has been basically like killing it right now this year as the man. And I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like this decision. I think it should have just been Becky. I don't understand why it couldn't have just been Becky Lynch on the cover by herself. I don't understand why she had to play once again. She has to share the spot, because to me, I view this as sharing the spotlight, because it's like, well, you're not going to be the sole person on the cover. It, like we've been doing for like the past 8 or 9 years or whatever it's been. We're gonna just, we're gonna have you and Roman on it now. And if next year they do another female and another male on the cover, I guess we could have that. I guess we could have that format still. I guess that's going to be a format they're going to continue doing then if they do it. But if we go back to having another male on there, just one male on there again, or even one female on there, you could tell that there was a bias against Becky. If next year, say, they have Charlotte Flair on 2K21, say if they have Charlotte Flair on 2K21, I'm going to call bullshit on that, because Becky had her, because they'll be like, oh, Becky was on the cover. It's like, no, Becky was on the cover with Roman Reigns. She wasn't on the cover by herself. She didn't get that AJ Styles cover. She didn't get that Seth Rollins cover. She didn't get that Brock Lesnar cover. She didn't get that Stone Cold cover. Stone Cold, not even an active wrestler, got to be on the cover. All these guys got to be on the cover by themselves. Why couldn't you have the first female, who is probably the most over person on your in your company right now, on the cover? So, yeah, guys. That's really what I think right now. About this. I don't like this decision. I think it's wrong. I think Becky should have been on the cover by herself. I don't feel Roman needed to be on this cover. Um, and again, if this is them trying to, well, for going forward now, we're going to have a male and a female on the cover. Um, going forward, I don't like that idea. I think you should have the best person on the cover. You know, Obviously Becky Lynch makes the sense to be on the cover because of her popularity. Roman right now, again, Roman really hasn't done that much this year. I mean, if Roman had been, been jammed down our throats like he has been, the past couple of years, and they put him on the cover, I would have believed it because obviously they're overhyping him. Again, but here it's just like, we're just gonna slap him on the cover. He hasn't really done that much this year. Becky's done more this year, but we're just gonna slap him on the cover anyways. With her. It's like, obviously the year before, AJ Styles was hugely popular, and that's why they put him on the cover. Seth Rollins was popular when they put him on the cover. Brock Lesnar, obviously, he's, an attraction in himself. Stone Cold, despite the fact that he is an active wrestler, and is just a Hall of Fame legend, he still to this day is more popular than the entire roster. If you watch the reunion of Raw, he was getting the biggest pop over everyone. So that's probably one of the only exceptions to having someone on there. And obviously, they have those exclusive, covers. They had the Hulk Hogan one a while back, right before he got fired. But they had that, that was an exclusive, cover. But for the main cover, you got this going on, and I don't know. That's my little rant on this decision. I feel like they kind of diminished Becky Lynch again by not just having her on the cover by herself. Just like with the WrestleMania match. She could have sold the match herself with Ronda Rousey, but no, we had to include Charlotte Flair. And now we're getting a Charlotte Flair and Trish Stratus match, which I don't like that either, by the way. Once again, trying to overrate Charlotte Flair, because, she's a Flair, so she's going to get more push opportunities than anyone else in the company. Yeah, that's my take on this, about the cover. I feel like WWE did Becky wrong here. Becky should have been on it by herself. Let me know what you guys think about this. Comment, rate. If you like this video, remind me to please subscribe. And that's about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku. I'm out of here. Peace.